Here we are, folks. We have another independent bottler from, and we're heading to the Speyside region of Scotland. I'm going to tackle this 13-year-old Tormore from the Tormore distillery in Speyside. It's a whopping 61.3% ABV, single cask, PX finishing. It's natural colour and it's non-chill filtered, so all the boxes are tick, tick, tick. But who are the independent bottlers, and is the whiskey any good? So let's find out. Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to the Whiskey Friend with me, Alan. Here we are, this beautiful Tormore 13. It's from an independent bottler. The bottler is, which I picked up, I really found these about 6 months ago. It's the Spiritfilled. It's part of their Mythical Beasts series. For you geeks, it's distilled at the Tormore distillery. This is bottle 177 of 210, it's PX cask finish, and it's from cask number 700-516. Natural colour, non-chill filtered, states on the website. I'm going to give you a little bit about Tormore and a little bit about Spiritfilled. So let's do Spiritfilled first. It's their independent bottler. They're also a whiskey cask broker. So from time to time, they just bottle some of their own casks. Quite a few bottles in the range kicking around. Might be worth your while checking the website out, guys. Have a look, see what you think. Get some interesting stuff about it. I'll pop links into the description. The interesting one with this one, guys, it's probably, I think, when I was talking to the guys at Spiritfilled, I think this one's been produced a little bit different to most Scotch whiskies. The best way I can explain it, if you've tried any STR casks, so the STR is shaved, toasted and recharred. I think this one is NEOC, new era of cask, which is they strip it down, shave about 1 centimetre off it to get, I think some of the casks is maybe some 30-year-old sherry in there. They really want to get into that wood and get to those sherries. Put it all back together again, drop a barbecued bucket into the cask, and I think they toast it for about 45 minutes. So I think if you check out the website, guys, it might give you some wee bit more information on this process. I do believe they're probably the first Scotch whisky that's been done in this process. Don't quote me on it, but I'm almost positive. I have seen some Irish whisky that's been done in that process. So yeah, be interested to see how it comes out. So yeah, so that's a wee bit about Spiritfilled. Tormore was founded in 1958. Started producing in 1960, so it's quite a relatively young distillery in Scotland as far as Scotch whisky is concerned. It was owned by Pernod Ricard up until this year. It's just recently changed hands to Elixir Distillers, which, if you're not aware, they were the guys who owned the Whisky Exchange. So they've done a little kind of swap there. Tormore had 8 stills at the distillery, 4 wash stills, 4 spirit stills. Produced around 3.7 million litres, predominantly for the blended market, and I think those blends it's heavily involved with is the Ballantines and the Long John blends. I have seen it kicking around in a few independent bottlers like this one. I think this is where you tend to find the Tormore. There has no visitor centre at Tormore, and they have no website at Tormore. So I think the only Tormore bottling that I ever seen, I think, was a 12-year-old Tormore, which is kicking around. So without any further ado, guys, we're just going to dive in it. We're going to nose it, we're going to taste it, we're going to score it, we're going to get going. I'm going to try and make this a nice quick one, folks. So I'm going to get a big quick overview. I'm going to try it with a little bit of water later on. So yeah, nose it. It's been covered up. You know what to do now, guys. I'll pop all the links into the description. Coins, glasses, you can pick them up there. Let's nose it. Okay, so there's that sweet sherry nose. If you're a sherry lover, then you're going to be all over this straight away. But it's got no, the great thing, guys, it's 61.3% ABV, so there's no nose prickle on this one. Really nice, but it's lovely, it's engaging, it's sherry. But the first thing that you pick up with this one, it's like walking into maybe some sort of bakery, some sort of cake shop. So it's got that kind of maybe sweet confectionery notes. Definitely cinnamon. Cinnamon's in the air. Cinnamon's around there. It's like a cake, maybe an apple pie, maybe some sort of cake has got some cinnamon sprinkled on top of it. It's bready, it's doughy, it's that kind of real, definitely confectionery cake shop note. But once you really get past that, it's malty as well, folks. There's a lovely malty character. I'm not too sure what the character is at Tormore, whether it's malty or whether it's fruity. I'm not too sure. I'm probably imagining in Speyside it would probably be quite fruity, but I'm not too sure on that one. But this one's definitely fruity, malty, apple pie maybe with a big thick crust round it, biscuity, lots of red fruit, lots of dark fruit, lots of berry fruit, some soft spices in there, definitely cinnamons in there, and some honey and vanilla. So there's lots and lots of stuff going on in the nose. But as you know on the channel now, guys, it's not about the nose, it's let's taste it, let's see how it goes down the hatch. Responsibly, of course. Lovely light amber colour. The hot, spicy, 61.3% ABV. You wouldn't expect anything less. It's punchy. Wow. It's intense. Powerful. Rich. Interesting. The spices now were those nice soft spices, but when you go into the palate now, they're a wee bit more hot, a wee bit more exotic spices, hot spices, maybe some chilli in there, maybe some ginger in there. But as you really get into it now, it's juicy, it's fruity, but as it's developing, it's becoming more sticky. So sticky, jammy, plum jam, raspberry jam, strawberry jam. Maybe that pie note's still there, but I think it's a wee bit more kind of apple strudel, raspberry strudel, strawberry strudel, maybe a bit of Danish pastry going on, maybe some vanilla icing on top. And there's definitely a lovely fruit compote note on there. So there's a lovely balance to it, guys. It's fruity, it's bready, it's malty, it's spicy. Nicely balanced. Let's do a second sip. It's powerful. The second sip wasn't quite as intense. Probably acclimatised to it now, but it's definitely fruity, lovely, spicy, hot. Wow. It's a punchy dram, guys. It's not for the faint-hearted, this one. Single cask, lovely. I think I paid £62 for it at the festival in Manchester. I think it retails around about £70. If you dive over to Spiritfilled's website, I think you can have a look there, and I think all the bottles that are available are still there. If you're looking for any casks, you want to invest into any casks, if you're interested in getting a cask, go over and have a chat. But the finish on this one, it's long, it's warm, still spicy, really spicy now, but it's fruity, balance is wonderful, the complexity is good complexity. There's a nice little nutty note coming in, heading towards the finish. It's gone a little bit nutty, maybe some toasted nut, maybe some roasted nut. Let's do some water, guys. Let's pop some water in and see how we got on with that. I'm going to put a full teaspoon in this because I know I can take it. Give it a little mix up. Okay, where it's changed now, guys, it's still fruity. I didn't think it could get any fruitier, but it has. It's got a little bit more tropical fruit come in now, so maybe some pineapple, melon, even a little bit of coconut. It's still as fruity as can be. All those, that bready notes there, the pies there, the cakes are there. Let's try it in the palate. Still keeping its wonderful texture. That's thanks to that non-chill filtering, which is obviously helping it with the water. It's taking a little bit of the heat off. It's not quite as spicy. But guys, that doesn't... I have tried this before with water. Don't be fooled by it, guys, because initially the spice goes away, but it's not long in finding its way back again. But the fruits now have become a wee bit more... Though that red apple, that plum, maybe that wee bit of apricot, it's become more a wee bit stewed, cooked fruit. It's still sticky and it's still jammy. and the finish is it's a long finish, but it's a bit more all the spice is back now. It's a bit more allspice, but it's still sticky, it's jammy, it's creamy. In fact, the vanilla now is a wee bit more vanilla custard in there, and there's a nice little hint of roasted note on the end. So absolutely fantastic whiskey, guys. What did we score this one? I'm probably thinking an 88 out of 100. I think I preferred the Glenrothes 15 just to this one. This is very interesting. I was very interested to try a Tormore. As I say, I've not seen much Tormore around. Same with the Glenrothes. There's not much Glenrothes around either, but I've thoroughly enjoyed both of them. At the others that I tried at the festival, all great stuff. I don't think I've had anything that's disappointed from Spiritfilled. So yeah, tip my hat to Spiritfilled, guys. So that's pretty much for this one, guys. As always, big shout out to my Patreons. Big thanks for the support. I've had 2 or 3 new Patreons this month, which has been going really well. Thank you to the new guys. Thanks for coming on board. Thanks to the guys who's been around for a long time. Thanks to you guys who are watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that. And until the next one, I'm Alan. As always, the pleasure's in the sharing. Don't forget to send some good whiskey straight down the hatch. Responsibly, of course. See you soon. Cheers.